Nobody wants to pour water into a basket. The last thing you need as an entrepreneur is to spend so much time, so much effort trying to attract leads to your business, only to end up being ghosted, or people tell you, I'm sorry, I can't afford your product. It can be really frustrating. And that's why in today's video, I'll be talking about how to create a lead magnet that attracts your ideal kind of clients, premium clients if you're like me. If you're new to my channel, my name is Chris-Amusan. I'm an online marketing strategist, and I help coaches, course creators, service providers create a system that helps them attract and convert premium clients for their business. Now, if that sounds like something that you need, remember to subscribe, leave me a comment, and connect with me. I don't bite. Now to the business of the day. What is a lead magnet? Like the name sounds, lead magnet. A lead is someone who is coming into your business, a prospective buyer. They were a stranger, they found you, now they're giving you their email or some way to contact them, and very soon they might become a customer. There are conditions under which you can offer a lead magnet that isn't very short, but it's because you know that it's very strategic and you have a plan to hold their attention to the very end. Your lead magnet should lead directly to your paid offer. Or better yet, let me use the word, it should link directly with your paid offer. And what does this mean? You can't be a coach that teaches personal branding and your lead magnet is on creating Facebook ads. Why? You would end up attracting an audience that is interested in ads when what you're trying to sell is totally different. Do you see? So do not create confusion for yourself. Do not create extra work for yourself, because if your lead magnet isn't linked directly to what you do, there's going to be a disconnect somewhere. The people you've attracted may not be interested in what you're trying to sell at the end of the day. Now, of course, your lead magnet should look professional. It should be beautiful. The branding should be elevated. You're trying to attract premium clients to your business, right? So you can't just look anyhow. That's definitely something to pay attention to. Again, I have several videos where I keep referring to branding and, packaging. There are certain things you must pay attention to give that elevated outlook. And your lead magnet should deliver on all of those points. Great design, beautiful looking design, on brand, good use of color. If you can't design your lead magnet yourself because that's not your strong suit, outsource it and get a graphic designer to do it for you. You mustn't always DIY the important things. So if you sell premium services, how do you ensure that your lead magnet is attracting just the kinds of clients that you'd like to work with? The first is ensure that your lead magnet has a differentiator. I had hinted at this earlier when I said let your lead magnet link to what you do or what you teach. However, it doesn't end there. Think about it. There are certain topics that your lead magnet would talk about that would repel certain kinds of people. I'll use myself as an example, right? I teach people how to create funnels, and I specifically work with people who sell high-ticket services. Now, if I use the word funnel in my lead magnet, I would most likely repel people who have never heard of the word funnel before, right? Which also means that it will attract certain kinds of people. I'm trying to work with the client who is already educated. They are aware of the problem that they have, right? So that's also one way. I'm repelling a client who is a newbie and is like, oh, what's the funnel? Or a client who is probably not even ready to spend on their marketing. Do you see? Here's another example, still using myself, because I serve the client who is selling high ticket services in particular. If I had to put out a webinar, or I actually have a webinar that I've put out, a workshop, and it's called the High Ticket Funnels Workshop. Now, what I've done is anyone who sees that workshop, it may not even appeal to someone who doesn't sell high ticket, but for someone who sells high ticket, once they see it, it's like there's an alarm bell going off in their head, like. So there are certain factors that separate the kind of clients you want to work with and the kind of clients you don't want to work with. Find what that differentiating factor is and insert that into your lead magnet. And you will find that by default, you are attracting the kind of clients that you would rather work with. Secondly, I presume that you would be attracting people to your lead magnet using ads. Right? If you're not going to do that, the other method is you're probably using organic means, you're partnering with people, putting out flyers. Whatever the case, the messaging of that ad, whether it's an actual online ad or some flyer, the messaging should align with that differentiating factor. Right? So I've explained what the differentiator means here, and you want to infuse that messaging into your ad, into your flyers, because it will set them apart. The third thing is the kind of lead magnet that you choose. Now, when you sell high-end services, I typically recommend using either a webinar as your lead magnet or a free call. Some call it a discovery call, some call it a free consult call, whatever name you put in front of it. And the reason for this is because these two lead magnets help you deliver massive value in a short amount of time. If it's a webinar, you're teaching for an hour or more. If it's a call, you get to be on a call for about 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever the case. But it's very high touch. And this also helps you put in a feeler for the kind of person that he is. And then you're able to qualify them upfront. An added bonus if you put a call as your lead magnet is that you even put a form. I have a video that I'm going to link here where I talk about application funnels. You get to put a form in there where you ask certain questions even before you get on that call. What then happens is with the questions that you've put on the form, you can segment these clients depending on the answer that they filled in. For me, some of the questions I put in my form is, I want to know, have you spent money marketing before? Because I want to work with the discerning clients who knows that these are certain things they should do in their business. Figure out what the equivalent of that is for you. You can ask questions like, what's your location? What's the price of the service you offer? Do you have a website? Have you worked with a coach before? These things will give you a sense of where this client is at. For example, someone who is just starting a business may not have a website, may not have an active social media presence. If you want to check that, you need to ask for some of those links so that you can go do your research, figure out what kind of client it is, and then know how to segment them. The beautiful thing is, even if this client may not be the perfect client for your current premium service, you could downsell them to something else that you have, a low ticket offer that meets them at the point of their need and also prepares them further down the line for your high-end offer. It's a win-win. Another way to ensure that you're attracting non-freebie seekers into your funnel is with something we call a tripwire. Now, a tripwire has many names. Some people call it an introductory offer. Some people call it a low ticket offer. When I think of a tripwire, what comes to mind is a $7 offer or a $5 offer. What this does for you is it's attracting people into your funnel that are not freebie seekers. Why? Because they are coming into your funnel by paying for something. So instead of having a lead magnet which is free, you could swap that out for this $5 product, this $7 product. What it does for you is it's letting you know that this person is willing to put their money where their mouth is, and further down the line, they are most likely going to still keep putting their money where their mouth is. So when your $5 offer serves them and they are done with that, that can be the perfect person to funnel up to your higher end offers. If you're interested in my free training where I break it down how to attract and convert premium clients for your business, click the link in the description and it will take you straight to that training. But finally, remember that whatever your lead magnet, whatever you set in place, you need to have a follow-up system, right? You can follow up with emails. I have a video that talks about that. You can follow up with retargeting ads. Ensure that you follow up whatever you do, because even after you've attracted the right kinds of clients, it's going to be all for nothing if you don't follow up and ensure that you reel them in and close that sale. Don't forget to leave a comment below letting me know if you found this helpful, and also share with me what content would you like to see from me in my future videos. Cheers!